Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Murrayfield and Me, with me, your host, Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped. This is me talking about a place that I love to visit and have so many memories, most of them happy, some of them a bit sad, but all contributing to my love affair with that great place, my church, my chapel, BT Murrayfield Stadium. This one is egg-shaped, but it's not the egg-shaped you've come used to listening to me talking about. This is not a rugby egg-shaped. This is a gridiron egg-shaped. When the NFL started the World League to go and spread the gospel of American football in Europe and further afield, they brought a team to Murrayfield, the Scottish Claymores. It was the 1990s, and I, believe it or not, was just a young lad who had to use product and shampoo and conditioner for my hair, and I was still at school. And Big L, my mate from school, got some tickets for the Scottish Claymores from his old man. We got to go up to Murrayfield to watch the game. Now, I lived in a little village in the Scottish borders, which was about an hour bus journey from the centre of Edinburgh. And most of my mates lived in a town called Galashiels, which was 7 miles further south, a little bit further away from Edinburgh. So the plan was they would get on the bus on the Sunday. I would then get on the bus in Stow and join them on the number 95 all the way up to Edinburgh. We would get off the bus and we would walk along Princes Street, chewing the fat, feeling like we were it. We were the country boys in the city for a Sunday afternoon out. Stopped at McDonald's at the far end of Princes Street, and then we walked the last little bit down to Murrayfield Stadium. Very excited. We'd all been there before for rugby fixtures, but this was something a little bit different. Only about 10,000 people there, so there was lots of space, but what an atmosphere. And afterwards, that first game, who knows who it was against, but watching a Scotland team win at Murrayfield is a pretty special thing, no matter what game they're playing, what the sport is. Scotland winning is always a good thing. And playing for Scotland was a hero of ours, Gavin Hastings, Scotland fullback, British Lion, goal kicker extraordinaire from the Watsonians club. So that gave us a bit of belonging. That gave us that emotional connection. We wanted to see how Big Gav got on, because at that time he was Big Gav. After the game, having had a brilliant time doing the chants, defense, defense, watching Saran Stacey running in touchdowns and Gavin Hastings kicking goals. We went into the clubhouse after, and there over in the corner were these long cardboard tubes, and it was a Gavin Hastings height measuring chart. Not really for 15 and 16-year-old boys, but we were excited. It was free, and it was Gavin Hastings. So all of us went and raided this little box and grabbed these Gavin Hastings 6'5" height charts and took them home and put them on our bedroom wall. That one trip had us hooked. We were in. We knew no rules. We knew nothing about it. We didn't know who they were playing. It was the Rhine Fire and the London Monarch. Who knows who these people were? Who knew who the players were? But we were in, and that was it. Every home game of that season, we were there. Livy, Pete got on the bus in Gala with Big L, and up the road they'd come Gus Frater chirping away the whole time, doing the claw as he went into his wee purse to get his coins out for his McDonald's medium-sized meal. It was just the most independent, best freedom we'd had. We were allowed on the bus up to Edinburgh for the Claymores and down to Murrayfield. The cheerleaders were there. We started to get into the chants. We kind of knew the rules. Not really. There was a duster on the play. Why is there a flag? Oh, they rushed. What does that mean? Who knows? A game that's more complicated than rugby, believe it or not, but we loved it. Gavin Hastings was the man. He would come on, he'd kick the goal, and we would go nuts as if we knew what was going on. Scotland kept winning. The Claymores kept winning. They kept winning, and this thing started to build. And if they won their last regular season game, then the final, the World League final, would be hosted at Murrayfield. In our home, the Claymores' home, we had the chance to watch a Scotland team be the best team in the world. Not really, because it wasn't the NFL, but you get what I mean. They were going to win something at Murrayfield. Now, the problem was the kickoff was a bit later. It wasn't the middle of a Sunday afternoon, because we were able to mosey on up into the centre of Edinburgh to get the last bus home, no problem at all. but the final was late. So we were in danger. If this thing ran over, we were going to miss the climax to the season, the climax to what could be the biggest moment in Scottish Claymores history. So up we went, same story, McDonald's at the far end of Princes Street, down to Murrayfield, but this time there's 40,000 people there. Hang on a minute, we're the real fans. We've been here since the first game of the season. We've seen them all the way through. We've seen their wins. We've seen their losses. We've been with them. We've been through those emotions. We still didn't have a clue what was going on, but we were so excited. We got there. Up until then, we'd been sitting almost on the side of the field, but because 40,000 people decided to go, we were way up in the rafters on the top tier of the stadium. But the atmosphere was fantastic. The cheerleaders were going for it. The chants were in. We were there. We were sitting next to people that had less of a clue than we did, but it was just the best. And the Claymores won. The place just went crazy. Some of the players, we just loved hearing their names. Sean LaChapelle, Yo Murphy. Imagine having a guy, imagine being called Yo. The guy was called Yo Murphy. And of course, Saran Stacey, he was carving it up. It was just outrageous. We loved every second of it. But all the time, we're looking at our watch thinking, because we've got school tomorrow. We're in Edinburgh. We're far away, and there's a lot of us. This is not just one carload. This is a big deal. Game finished. We're in the top tier. We got to get out of here. We're charging along. And then we did that thing that lots of people have done and will continue to do, because train spotting was the thing. And they ran along Princes Street to that music. So there we were, all these Gala boys trying to get back to the bus in time so that we didn't have to make that phone call. We're stuck in Edinburgh. Can you come and get us? We were buzzing. The Claymores had won the title. So all the way along, we were pretending that we were Yo Murphy and Sean LaChapelle and Saran Stacey, charging along, also pretending that we were in train spotting, having just nicked something from W.H. Smith. And we got on the bus and we were whacked. But we were so very happy. Nobody else at school got it. It wasn't a thing. People didn't watch on TV. It wasn't a thing. But it was our thing, and we absolutely loved it. I never went to another Claymores game again. That was it. That was the moment. That was my season. That was my time in the sun with American football. I've never been since. I've never watched a game. I don't watch the Super Bowl. I don't understand it. But for one season and one season only, the Scottish Claymores gave me another reason to go to Murrayfield. It was a joy. Why? Because I was there with my mates. We were doing something we'd never done before. We were doing something that we absolutely loved. We were building those relationships. We still talk about it. We were creating memories and sharing experiences that have lasted till now. And now I'm telling them to you on a podcast. Who would have known that wee lad in 1995 would be talking about this? 95, 96, 97, still at school, and the Claymores are in here and something I've absolutely loved. BT Murrayfield's a great place. It wasn't called BT Murrayfield in those days. It was just Murrayfield, and it was the home to the Scottish Claymores, and it was the home to a little band of Gala Academy students who found some very, very happy days there with others. United in the name of sport. Loved it. My name is Bruce Aitchison. This has been Murrayfield and Me, a love story. I hope you've enjoyed listening. I have loved talking and getting excited about those happy days. If you can, please subscribe on Acast, on Spotify and Apple. You can watch on Facebook and YouTube. Please leave your comments. Please leave a review if you've enjoyed it. And if you've got any ideas for the future, drop me a line. I've got a few, because I've been back again and again. My name is Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.